out of the TV.
Morning, please respond if you can hear.
I can hear you.
We have no internet today, so we're going through this, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to make this work or not.
All right. Can use that.
I can hear you.
I can also hear you.
Excellent. Good morning. Good to know.
Oh, somehow you're making it work.
It's magic.
Let's see.
Good morning.
Good morning, morning.
So if you were online, I saw a vision.
And if I see, it's a little bit all right. Man, we're ready.
Give it a shot.
Great. Good morning, everyone. We're having some technical issues. We think we have resolved. So welcome to the Board of Zoning Appeals for this Monday, October 9th. We will start by Ms. Cooper reading the preamble. Good morning. My name is Liz Cooper. I'm the Secretary of the Board of Zoning Appeals. I'm going to read the preamble for you for those that are on the call this morning. In compliance with location requirements of the open meeting law in section 101.021 of the codified ordinances of Cleveland, Ohio, 1976. Notice of this meeting has been publicly posted. All boards and commissions are the purview of the city planning department, conduct its meetings according to Robert's Rules of Order. Actions during the meeting will be taken by voice vote. Abstention from any vote due to a conflict of interest should be stated for the record prior to the taking of any vote. In order to ensure that everyone participating in the meeting have the opportunity to be heard, we ask that you use the raise hand feature before asking a question or making a comment. Raise hand feature can be found in the participants panel on the desktop and mobile version and activated by clicking the hand icons. Please wait for the chair or facilitator to recognize you and be sure to select unmute and announce yourself before you speak. When finished speaking, please lower your hand by clicking on the raise hand icon again and mute your microphones. We will be utilizing the chat feature to communicate with participants. The chat feature can be activated by clicking the chat button located on the bottom of the WebEx screen. Calling users can unmute by using *6. Next slide. All meeting activity is being recorded via the WebEx platforms. These proceedings are also being live streamed via YouTube for public.
She's got two.
We have provided a link to the meeting for those who wish to speak on a particular case via our website and email. All requests to speak on a particular matter have been considered. We have also received emails from those who have provided written comment on a particular matter. Madam Chair, back to you.
All right, would you like to call roll, please?
Thank you. Ms. Wilson.
Present.
Present.
No.
Ms. Roca.
Present. I'll just be trying to be really good.
Thanks, Carmela.
I'm sorry, Ms. Roca, I didn't hear.
I'm present. It's hard to hear you guys too.
Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Holder.
Present.
Ms. Brown.
Present.
Ms. Bates.
I'm here.
Chairman of the forum.
Excellent. Do we have any postponements and withdrawals?
We do have one this morning that we received, actually just this morning. The first agenda item, calendar number 23-163 and 966 East 146th Street. Is the appellant in the room today?
Present.
That would be 955 and 966 Retirement Homes LLC. In the room or on the call?
Present. Yes.
The councilman is requesting a postponement this morning. He would like to meet with you regarding this, stating he hasn't had a chance to connect with you. Generally, the board gives it approximately 30 days. And that would be, Madam Chair, from October to November 13th. Yeah, sir, if you have any issues with November 13th, you need to go out further. But the minimum would be October 13th, unless the board wanted to be a little bit earlier, of course, that's up to you. Okay, let's see. Okay, so calendar number 23-163 is postponed to November 13th. Will be no testimony taking place today. If you receive the letter in the mail, we will send out another letter to you in the mail.
It's not.
And to the appellant, if you have any questions, please give us a call. We'll be happy to give you contact information for the counterpart. Thank you. And I believe that's all that we have for postponed.
This is Shannon here.
All right.
And it's,
We have Councilwoman Gray with us in the room. So, Ms. Foster, you have two cases, but I'm sure you're here for 23-149 with these folks. Yes. Yeah. So we'll start with 23-149.
Sounds good. And just, I don't know,
Actually, calls calendar number 23-151. We did postpone that one last week as well. So it's still showing on the agenda, so that if anybody came down, we did send out letters notifying people that it wouldn't be heard this morning. So that is calendar number 23-151 at 1598 East 93rd Street. That has been postponed to November 21st. So if there's anybody here or on the call for this case, you will be sent a letter again, but this has been postponed to November 21st. No testimony will be taken on that. Sorry about that. Thank you, Madam Chair. That's okay. All right. All right. So we'll go to calendar number 23-149.
I'm having trouble getting it to work at all now.
Please bear with everyone while we try and resolve the technical issue. Yeah, see this one, yes. Oh, I wondered. Do they sell them there?
And other inspirational kinds of items, right?
You're gonna have to give me the address, yeah? Feel like that's something I should own.
Okay, it's trying to connect. I'm crossing my fingers. Yay, you got some.
Yeah, let's see how long it lasts.
Positive.
Yeah, it's just,
Now what?
it's just not, it's not following what I'm doing. It's supposed to be connected and it's not. It just won't stay connected. I don't know what you want to do. You might have to just cancel the meeting.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can,
But just do the sound and we can look at that.
Yeah, you can look at this.
You know, maybe it's.
As far as I know, oh, there it goes. It just updated. Well, that was a long delay. All right, if I have to, I'll move this over so you can see, but you don't really have to see too much on this because we already saw this. Oh, well, Miss Brown didn't. But
On this, and we've had.
Stuff that was.
Okay, good.
Um.
Okay, it's working at the moment, so I can't see.
They can hear us, right? Do we have anyone from legal with us?
Yes. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Barely, yeah. Speak up.
Okay.
Oh, no, she used to be the. Yeah. Right.
It's supposedly working.
Um. Sorry, and for this one.
It's not.
Hey,
Yeah, you know. We already had tests.
Yeah, that's been cleared off the screen now, so. I don't know what you want to do.
Good.
Swearing in.
All right. Under the circumstances, I'm gonna go ahead and do the oath for everyone. Do we have anyone online that is gonna give testimony for calendar number 23-149? We do.
Yes, ma'am. I've raised my hand in the, on the Zoom site.
If you're on the phone, you hit *6 to unmute.
Liz, you have a speaker and microphone. Maybe you could make that work over there.
Can you hear me? Really want to get at least this pace. Is that here before?
Morning.
Good morning.
Can everyone hear me?
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Good testimony.
You may not.
Do you want me to put it in the middle, I think?
I'm good. I'm fine. I said that. Oh, better.
All right. All right, everyone, we're going to try to make this work through our laptop this morning. If everybody can hear me okay, we're going to swear everybody in that is on the call or in person right now. And the chairwoman is going to do that. We're going to do online first. I'll just keep an eye out for anybody. Okay.
All right, so for anyone who's who's online with us today, who's making testimony on calendar number 23-149, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. I'm going to read the oath, At the conclusion, you will reply, I do, state your name and your address, and we'll go one person at a time. So here we go. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Looks like we have Charles M. with his hand up.
All right, Charles M., it looks like you have your hand up. If you can give us an I do and your name and address.
Yes, ma'am. I do. My name is Charles Mayhew. Address is 2980 East 111th Street, Cleveland, Ohio, 44104, and 2980, I'm sorry, 2986 East 111th Street, 44104.
Great, thank you. Anyone else? Online?
I don't see anybody else with their hands up, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right, so I'll go to the folks that are sitting across the table from me. So if you'll raise your right hand, I'm going to read the oath, after which you'll state your name, I do, and your address. Okay. I do swear or affirm that the testimony I'm about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Rita Latham, 4456 North Abbey Road, Sheffield, Ohio, 44054.
And it's Latham, right?
Latham,
Latham.
Latham.
Yeah. Great, thank you. And the councilwoman?
Councilwoman Deborah Gray, I do. 601 Lakeside.
Thank you, ma'am. And you, sir?
I do. TJ Madden, 4456 North Abbey Road.
Right. Okay. All right,
We've had the history, Madam Chair.
right. And do we need to take,
We'll need the
legal standard?
legal standard. Yes, can we have that slide?
Do we have anyone from legal?
Yes. Madam Chair, members of the board, appellant is requesting a use variance and an area variance.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary, hold on one second.
Oh, okay, then I need to swear you in as well. So if you'll raise your right hand. Okay, I do swear or affirm that the testimony I'm about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So we'll start with you, ma'am. Carolyn Hill. Thank you. And the lady behind you?
Jamila Shakir, I do. 2972 Martin Luther King Drive, Cleveland, Ohio, 44104.
Thank you. And you, sir?
I do. Down Leo,
Okay. Is it Leo?
Hill.
Hill. Oh, okay. You're related? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Anyone else in the room? All right.
Madam Chair, I do have some notes, I think maybe to bring Ms. Brown up to speed, if you'd like me to read those notes.
You want to do the legal standard first?
Oh, sure. Sorry about that. Thank you.
That's okay.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, Mary was going to do that.
Mary.
Try to do that way if you'd like.
Okay. Mary, if you can read the legal standard into the record for us.
Yep, Madam Chair, members of the board, appellant is requesting a use variance and an area variance from the minimum distance requirements of the zoning code. To obtain the use variance, appellant must prove that denying the request will result in an unnecessary hardship particular to the property such that there will be no commercially feasible use of the property without the variance, will deprive the appellant of substantial property rights, and that granting variance will not be contrary to the purpose and intent of the zoning code. To obtain the area variance, appellant must prove that denying the request will create a practical difficulty not generally shared by other land or buildings in the same district, will deprive the appellant of substantial property rights, and that granting the variance will not be contrary to the purpose and intent of the zoning code.
Great. Thank you so much. All right. You want to enter that information in now?
Sure, Madam Chair. On September 18th, the appellant stated that they will be housing 5 male veterans, some with mental illness over the age of 50. There will be 5 bedrooms, 1 person to a room, 1.5 bathrooms. Let's see. They will have meals, snacks, outreach, workshops for residents, AA meetings, cooking workshops, open to the community. They may be having job skills workshop. They would be inviting the community to a space on the first floor. Residents from VA and Murtis Taylor, residents will be referred from the VA and Murtis Taylor. Councilwoman Gray is here, but she stated at the time when a meeting was held, the appellant said children would be the residents. And there would, I had something about Benedictine and the rec center to provide community service. There will be no re-entry residents is what Councilwoman Gray stated at that time. The appellant stated that she wants people from the community and that it should reflect the community of including the 50 years and older residents. And I think that's all that may be relevant to help Ms. Brown get up to speed on that.
Did we discuss staffing?
I think so. I did see that there is a note about living on premises. I'm not sure how many employees would be living on premises on site with the tenants or residents.
In regards to the 2.5 now.
Okay.
Okay, all right. All right, so, all right, so, you've had your community meeting, have you? Do you want to wait to speak at the end after we've heard testimony? All right, so I'll let you go ahead and start then. Okay.
What's the,
Okay, in regards to the numbers, we now have 57 signatures of supporting neighbors.
Okay,
I did attend the council meeting as well, and I obtained signatures there as well.
received, from Councilwoman Gray, some concerns from people within the community. We reached out to them and spoke to them, and they were understanding after we explained everything that we were seeking out to do. Also reached out to some other people who were local, wanted to come on Zoom calls, who were vocal about being anti-putting this heat there, and they're now on the same side. Miss Carolyn was here at the last meeting, I spoke to her. Sure. And then we also spoke with Ms. Shakira as well. So a lot of like work in terms of speaking with residents and trying to get everybody to understand what we're doing and try to get them to feel some safety.
okay. So, so you now have petitions and you've also had a community meeting. There still is some pushback. So, anything else that you want to add as part of the team?
I want you to speak with Mr. Charles. He's on the line right now. Originally, he was the gentleman that was on the first call. And when I spoke with him, he agreed that we can work together and make sure this is a safe, secure location.
Okay, we're gonna call on him, so, all right. All right, so, so that you've updated us on everything since you were here last time, right? Nothing else to add beyond what
Oh,
we
yeah,
have.
any other thing is, this is what had the neighbors kind of confused, because someone sent this out. They didn't put a return address on there for us, because, you know, I would have reached out to them as well, but there's no return address. So it's
Okay.
kind of like deceitful. Although I went and talked to each individual, each neighbor individual, I sat down for like 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and explained exactly what we would be doing. Someone sent that out. But they didn't have a return address, so there was no way that I could contact them. And my logic of thinking, if somebody was serious behind this, they would be returned. or in the phone?
Madam Chair, do you mind if I read this into?
No, I think this needs to be in the record.
So the appellant has just given us is it a flyer or yes, it's a card.
Postcard.
There's a postcard that went out to the neighbors and it states LLCs are destroying our neighborhood. Emergent Evolutions LLC from Sheffield Village, Ohio wants to turn 2969 MLK into a residential facility / group home packed full of single men with mental illness. Tell them no, not MLK. We are oversaturated with group homes and shelters. And this was the outside of the card states that it came from Neighbors Protecting East Boulevard, Cleveland, Ohio. They did leave, it says call or email the Board of Zoning Appeals by October 4th. Tell the BZA you oppose case 23-149, a new group home for mentally ill single men at this address. And they just gave our phone number at the Board of Zoning Appeals, our Board of Zoning Appeals email, and the date of the hearing. Madam Chair, if I could, we did receive several emails of objection. If I could just
Right, we'll cover
state
correspondence.
that, yeah, since that sort of falls into what we have received. We received 3 emails of objection stating that they received the postcard in the mail saying that Emergent Evolutions LLC wants to turn the address into a residential facility. The email is to express opposition. He is saying no. And if you have any questions, he left his email. That was Mr. Thomas. There's a Barbara Whitlow residing at 2941 Martin Luther King Drive, AKA East Boulevard, opposing the group home near such a historic school, as well as her home. And then the Velma Jackson states that she's a resident on MLK and she's voting no on the proposal to turn the address into a residential facility of single men with mental illness. This is a neighborhood where young children play. There's a high school and a children's hospital, playground and recreation center. This is not the neighborhood for that particular business. I have concerns this will not be beneficial to the residents who are already occupy this area. That was Velma Jackson. I did receive also one from Sarah Smith. She's writing to oppose 2969, the proposal at 2969 MLK, which they're trying to turn into a group home. She lives at 2998 and she does not support the plan. She says her neighbor said there was a community meeting about this, but she was never told about the community meeting, only heard about the meeting through the letter in the mail. She does not want the group home, especially not for people trying to do it. They own many houses doing the same thing and do not take care of the houses. I went and talked to the neighbors who live by these other houses, and they're very upset with how these houses have been ruined in their neighborhood. 8909 Grand Division, the roof is literally blown away and they won't fix it. She also submitted photos of the condition, perhaps of that address. I don't see
Up on the screen right now, but on your screen.
On the laptop,
yeah.
we can see it.
And the email further states that everyone talks about how bad they take care of the houses, how the people they move into the houses are disrespectful, and how most of the nuisances come from that house. She wants to be clear, there is not one reason to approve this group home on MLK. We have so many group homes already in the area, too many. We have more in Ward 4 than most every other ward. Ward 17 has none. Look at the map of where these group homes are. They are saturated in Mount Pleasant, and now they want to saturate our MLK neighborhood. This is not okay. There's no reason that this home needs to be converted into a group home. The rental market is hot. The owners could renovate this home nicely, unlike they do their other houses, and rent or sell to a nice family zoned the way it is. There is nothing unique about this home or property that requires this to be a group home, especially not with so many group homes already over here. The madness must stop here. We do not need this and she does not support it. It will impact her house and her house value and cause even more problems. We already are bearing our share of the group homes. We do not need even one more. Plus the bus stop is on a corner for my kid's school. I do not want my kid waiting outside of a group home for a bus. This is, so wake up, this is bad, put it in Ward 17 or not within 1,000 feet of another group home. This owner is a bad operator and is choosing to locate here because it is a cheap house. It is all profit at our expense. And that's where the email ends. And I would also state that the petition that was submitted to our office from October 4th, I did an analysis. There were 48 signatures at that time. There were several residents who gave us their address. There were 14 residents on MLK out of the 48. 16 gave us no addresses. There was one on Forest Avenue, which is a cross street. And there were 18 other addresses that were not immediately located next to the property. There were just random addresses, if that helps the board any. And that's all that we have in our file. Thank you.
We, first of all, we don't have any.
Nope. All right, we're gonna hear from the other folks in the room. If you would like to step forward, or you're welcome to speak from there, but if you'd like to come to the table and join us. Now, who would like to go first? All right, go ahead.
I've had experiences with me. It's just unsafe for me, to think that five men in a home would be safe for me. It would just cause me, uncomfortable. I also have a grandchild that's living in the home and he's 4. And I just don't want a bunch of men across the street in that area.
So you're right across the street, are you?
Yes, we are right across the street. I also been vacant for at least over 10 years, that house.
But I would prefer that a business would be in another location other than right next door.
I can appreciate your concerns.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, I didn't catch her name.
Oh, this is,
Carolyn.
yeah, Carolyn
Carolyn
Hill
Hill. Thank you.
and, Donald Hill.
Thank you.
And if you see of our address, we are directly right across the street on the corner of the street.
But I've been held at 9 point by a male, so, that's just something that's dangerous to me.
Okay, Mr. Hill, anything else to add?
I basically don't like it. I mean, I wouldn't want it next to my home and my children or my grandchildren or anybody else.
Okay.
I mean, it's some homes down the hill. I don't know how they do it, but I see people. I see the men come up from the top of the hill. And but it's not near my house. I'll be on edge all the time. Or something like that. Right?
Okay. All right.
And
Right.
I have
Okay.
a question. Now, they said, how many people will be staying there on the premises?
5.
No, who will be?
Oh,
taking care of
staff.
They'll be staffed 24/7.
How many?
I'll be staffed. It's like, I have a nurse, my aunt's a nurse, my sister, my son, myself. It'll be several staff members here. And there will be someone there 24/7 around the clock. Whether it's 2 people, 3 people, somebody will be there 24/7. Like we're there now. We're there basically every day working on the house, getting the house bringing it up.
I know people over there, different people been working on the house for many years.
Okay, we just
So-
purchased a home, so we're making it beautiful right now.
Yes.
So at least one, and staff have to be up and active.
Yes.
So there will be at least one person on duty, even overnight. So I think that
Yes.
clarifies it. So if she does 3 8-hour shifts, that's one person every 8 hours at minimum. Just to clarify that. Pardon?
You're living in fear every day that something could happen to you. Why should you, as a resident, live in your own home that you purchased and be afraid that something could go wrong?
Right.
Because there's a new home.
Right. Well, I just wanted to make sure we had the staffing question answered for Mr. Hill. So we'll move. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Mr. Hill? Okay, all right. I hear you. Okay, do you, and spell your last name for me, please?
SHASHAKIR.
Great, thank you. We do have just so everyone knows, we have a court reporter. So she's not present with us. She's, virtual. So we just want to make sure we have everyone's name. Typically, before you speak, we usually ask you to say your name. But we're being a little more intimate in this situation right now. So go ahead, Shakir.
Yes, I live across the street also. I live on the boulevard on Martin Luther King. I can look right at the front of the house. They have done quite a bit of improvement on the house. My concern was just like their concern as to what kind of people were going to be living in the house. My brother is a counselor and he has managed one of these homes in his time. He lives with me.
Okay.
He just didn't come today. But he was explaining the problems that they might have to me. So it got me very concerned. I got it. She got in contact with me. And we had a talk on my front porch for about an hour about what would be going on in there. So I'm still a little concerned, but not like I was before.
Okay.
I'm a widower. I'm live by myself. I'm in my 80s. And I would not like to have fear of going out on my porch or going out of my door to go to the market and somebody walking across the street to bother me. But as she made me feel safer when she talked to me about what they were going to do there. So I'm pros and cons. I have concern, but I'm not afraid of if they do it like they say they're going to do it. I'm not afraid of it being a bad place.
Okay.
My neighborhood, I've lived there 55 years. The neighborhood is a peaceful neighborhood. My brother just moved there because I'm a widow now. And he thinks it's a very peaceful neighborhood. And we would like to keep it that way. We would like for it to stay peaceful and people to feel secure walking up and down the street. Like they said, there's a school around the corner, there's buses, school buses that stop on the corners and pick up the grandkids and the little children. And I sit in my window most of the time looking out.
Sure.
Because I'm home every day and I can see, I'm either on the porch or in my front window looking out at everything. So they have improved on it and it has brought the neighborhood up some, but I would not like for it to deteriorate, get any worse.
Of course.
Because it's been this way for over 50 years. It's been a beautiful neighborhood.
Excellent. Maurice, can you, I think you have it on screen, the, question about the saturation of the group homes.
You can see right here, the one blue, this is the property in question, this is MLK. And then you see the blue X here, which is right back on What street that is? East. Maybe, 111. So it's right there. There's the other one. Way less than 1,000. You can see all these other circles, the lines.
Right.
Those are concentric circles of all the other. That's 1,000-foot buffer for all the others in the area. The actual locations are not shown on the screen, but you can see from all the circles.
Right. So we have one that's
Within 1,000.
within 1,000 feet, and then we have other circles intersecting.
Like, so here you see these two going this way. So they're only a short distance from 1,000 feet.
All right.
That's two others in that direction.
All right.
So
Are we,
it is saturated.
are we in a situation where that is able to be seen by the board members that are with us virtually today?
Yeah, it's, as far as I know, it should be displaying on the WebEx.
Okay. All right.
Liz, you have that on your screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so that answers that question. All right, I am gonna go to, Ms. Latham.
Yes, thank you. We don't have another group home, let's start there. And then the other one that's within 1,000 feet is actually on Forest. It's within 1,000 feet. And then directly in front of us is the church, in which Pastor Nettles, I met with him as well, and he agreed to work with us because he also wants to service veterans. So he agreed to work with us. We're gonna do a collaboration as well.
Do you have any sort of proposal or anything in writing?
From him?
Mhm.
No, he didn't give me anything, but he did sign my petition.
Okay,
Yes.
all right,
Mhm.
all right, ma'am, go ahead.
My question is, with these veterans, have they been in service? I mean, they learn how to use weapons, right? So would the residents in the neighborhood need to have knowledge of getting a gun for their home? Because the veterans,
We're gonna have weapons on places. We're looking for veterans that are in the community working.
but have the veterans, they've been in the service, right? So they've
Yes.
been trained how to use weapons and stuff like that.
Yes, and we're not gonna have weapons in our home. We're just looking to service veterans. Let's look, they work in the community, they're active in the community. They just need a place to lay their heads. They just wanna, they need a resident, someone to help, give them that boost, take care of them.
But how many people are there?
We're targeting low mental illness. We're not even targeting individuals who have a severe mental illness. We're looking for people that look like you and I, people that get up and go to work every day, attend workshops and stuff like that. Our safety is a part of it as well. We're gonna be in a house taking care of them, so we're gonna make sure we're providing a safe environment for everyone within a home and outside. We have to make sure we're safe as well. So no weapons will be allowed in the premises. We'll be there 24/7. We'll take care of them as if they're our family. Because it's like, if I rent a home, someone will move in there, and I don't know what's going on in the home. But if I stay there in the home, I know what's going on. I know it's gonna be ran properly, and I know the home's gonna be taken care of.
Will say the police made aware too, so that they could be on call or priority call.
They will be once we go through, we still have to go through the steps, the process. Well, but yeah, everyone that we need to reach out to, will be hands-on in the community. Everybody will come. We'll have partnerships with Recovery Resources, like Sailor, Zelma George, the pastor across the street.
Councilwoman, do you want to make comments at this point, or do you want me to ask for questions from the board? Hold on. Okay. All right. One more comment and then I'll go to questions for the board. Okay. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you.
And Madam Chair, I also have these photos of, you have a pile of photos that were submitted last time
Okay.
of the improvements that they've made, and these were the new ones that you just submitted today, showing the exterior improvements, which show new windows.
Okay. Charles, do you want to make your comment?
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to make a statement, if that's okay. Do you need me to turn my video on, or is it audio, or how do you want to?
We're fine with audio. We're just gonna turn you up a little bit.
Okay, let me know if you can hear me okay.
I think that might be the best I can do. Let's see. Yeah, it's up 100%.
All right, we're gonna ask you to just speak up a little bit because we've got the audio as high as it'll go. And our quality is still a little less than perfect, so. if you
Okay,
can
is
speak up,
this, how is this for volume? Can you hear me okay? if
That's
I speak?
good.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
first of all,
okay.
thank you, Madam Chairperson. I really wanted to start by just apologizing for the last meeting. I think just growing up in that area and being a part of that community until I went into the military when I was 18. I grew up in the same house that I currently own and the property that's adjacent to it. So I've done thousands of dollars in rehab over there, clearing debris and just trying to make sure the area is safe. I would tell you that I did have a chance to meet with Ms. Latham in person and had an extended conversation with her about her plans for that area, what she intends to do, and how I could be of service. I do believe that her intentions are pure in terms of helping my fellow veterans. And let me make a quick statement because I hear the comments and I understand the concerns regarding veterans, especially disabled veterans, but I do think we need to destigmatize some of the issues that are around veterans. I have 2 tours in Afghanistan, most recently 2015. Combat is a horrible thing, and I don't wish that upon anybody else. I will tell you, I've never committed a crime in my life. I have no criminal record. I go to work, I have businesses, I do everything that I need to do to support myself. But I think there's different groups at the VA that I had to work with, and there's organizations like the one Ms. Latham is trying to establish that help people like me. So we are not going around hurting people. We're not going around engaging in violence. My goal for that area, when I got those parcels, and if I get any other parcels, is to clean them out, make sure there's not debris, make sure there's not garbage. I go over there every day picking up trash, basically, to make sure that neighborhood is clean. So I think if we have more ties in the community with certain programs like this, we can all be successful. We can all be safe. I want to look out for every neighbor, every person that spoke today, that I consider them my neighbor, and I would do anything I can to help them thrive and also to try to protect them. So again, I had a conversation with Ms. Latham. I feel comfortable. I think Councilman Gray is doing a great job in the area of pulling people together. So I feel like if we work in concert, I think this could be actually a benefit for the community, but we'll have to work together. We'll have to communicate. I plan on going in there, speaking with Ms. Latham on a regular basis, meeting everybody and talking to some of the veterans myself, because there's a kinship there. So again, I'm all for it. My parcels touch the very back of that complex of that house. So I'm really close. Again, I've removed additional trees so that there can't be anybody just walking and hiding back there like there was before. When I initially moved there were guys hanging out in the backyard selling drugs. There was all kind of stuff. I cut down every tree so that there's clear visibility. No one can hide back there. And I'm going to continue to improve upon that area the best way I can to support my neighborhood. And I'll conclude there.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for your articulate comments, sir. Councilwoman? You ready for comment at this point?
Yeah, well, at this point, I'm not gonna comment, and I know there's a lot of pushback pertaining to the house. I do walking and talking.
I apologize. I can't hear the testimony.
Okay.
I can't either.
All right, we'll ask the councilwoman to step forward.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, since there's not a lot of pushback, what other residents have now became aware of the renovation of this house and what the family want to do with the house. And even though they came to the community meeting, they got additional signatures. But however, there has been quite a pushback. As being a council, I have more people calling that lives in the neighborhood. I also live right off in the neighborhood too. That's on the backside of where I live as well. So more people are now aware of the house and what is going to be done to the house, who's going to live in the house. So due to the fact of more pushback and more people are getting more involved, I would like to postpone it for another 30 days.
Okay. All right. Board, we have a request from the councilwoman for another 30-day postponement. Could I have comments on that?
I have a few comments. So I support the councilwoman's request, obviously. But I wonder, are you gonna hold another community meeting?
It's another meeting. I have monthly meetings. One coming up on October 26th at Zelma George again from 5 to 5:30. More people should be aware of it because flyers go out. We pass flyers out all through the community every month. I have my staffers out. I'm out every day talking to residents. Maybe I miss a few, but the resident here, I have met them since last year, sat and talked with them on the porch. I know where you live as well. So I'm very engaged. So not saying that every resident get a flyer, but the information of my meeting's been going on since last year, March 2022. So however, I will get to the ones that have not met me or haven't understood how everything is set up, so they can be aware of what's going on.
Sure. So thank you for sharing that you'll put this as a topic on your October meeting. I'd also like to suggest to the applicants that you create a flyer.
We did.
Okay, I don't have it in front of
Oh,
me,
here
so
we
I
go.
don't know.
Mhm.
But because you shared with us the information that's in the community that's not accurate, I think let me finish my point. I think you need to have a flyer or a piece of literature that accurately describes what you're proposing. Because even in the materials that we have, this has more residents than 5. That there's, and you now, I don't need a rebuttal, I just want to explain what I'm asking for, and then I will listen, ma'am. That you had a statement of 1.5 bathrooms, now it's 2.5. So it sounds that things are evolving, there are potential new partnerships that with the church and others that were not part of the original testimony. And so as things are evolving in a positive way, you want to communicate that. Conversations about safety, specifically how many staff will be there. You named a few. But it's different when you put something in writing and you describe it as an operations plan. Because when this board takes an action, it becomes a legal document. And then the neighbors can hold people to account. So it's my recommendation that a document, an updated document, be available.
Okay, I did.
Chair has to.
I emailed the document, but the system isn't up. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yes, I'm ready. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, I emailed the document in. I emailed all the information and the signatures and everything, but it's not on the screen right now. So I did send a document. And when I went door to door, I gave this literature, it's right there too. I gave it to the neighbors. I sat down and talked to the neighbors. I have questions and answers on here, like their major concerns. I put that on here.
Good.
I did all of that.
We
When I
don't
attended, it's on, I emailed it to you. So it normally would be on the screen. But-
Right,
Yeah,
but
but since it's not on the screen.
hang on 1 second. We'll see if. In fact, I don't.
Mhm, I
You
emailed
could
it
send
in.
it again that way.
Yes.
Someone can have it for you.
Okay. And you can-
Thank you.
I can email it to you this afternoon, Ms. Brown.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So the appellant's information was received, so it will be dispersed to the board members this afternoon. I think Ms. Brown makes an excellent point. Yeah, there it
It's
is.
right here on the screen.
So we did,
Thank you.
so,
I'm sorry, I didn't have it printed out for the file yet.
No problem.
so it goes to one of the things that, with regard to group homes, childcare things, that come before us. I always like a very concrete sort of business and operations plan
Yes, I have a business plan.
so that everything is spelled out. So, not everyone does that and they sort of, kind of wing it when they get here. So, I think that's an excellent point. I'm going to go to my board and see if anyone else has any other questions or comments. All right. Hearing none. What date do we
It
have?
would be a question to the councilwoman, how soon, we could put it on the first week of November. It sounds like she'll have a meeting in October.
Right. Are you going to be able to accommodate discussion of this in your October meeting?
October 26th.
Okay, so,
So
Do
we
you-
could put it on November 6th or November 13th. If we do November 13th, that could give the appellant time to prepare any response from
right,
the meeting on October
November
26th.
November 13th is good for you? All right, excellent. All right, so calendar number 23-149 is postponed to November 13th at the request of Councilwoman Gray. All right.
So
Thank you
Madam-
for, oh, go
Madam
ahead.
Chair, the expectations are that the appellant will attend the meeting and then return with any updated vision statements and
Right,
any documentation of new partnerships and so on and so forth. Is there,
correct.
that sound right, Ms. Brown? Anything else that I'm missing?
No, I agree.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
And I think you've submitted this, which is, good. But it's a lot of, it's in a text format. So, my suggestion might be that you put it in more of a bullet
Okay.
format for the residents.
Okay.
So that questions, information is easily seen at a glance.
So, like right here, I did bullets. I did.
Yeah,
highlights
something like
with the
that. I mean, I
questions.
would just, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Ms. Gray, we have another case of yours today. Are you gonna remain with us for that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So we've concluded our business on calendar number 23-149 for today. We're gonna move on to calendar number 23-164 while we have Councilman Gray present with us. All parties that are going to be making testimony for calendar 23-164, we would ask that you step to the table if you're present.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah. Yeah, I'll ask again. If you're not getting it, so you can talk to.
Are you joining us for this case?
So.
Yeah. You may want to just pull up a chair.
Thank you.
This section is over. So I can go with it. Are you going to come today?
Ms. Holzer, are you with us?
I am.
All right. So we're gonna do we have anyone online for calendar number 23-164? Liz, you see any hands up?
I don't believe there are any hands up in the participant list.
All right. All right, gentlemen and councilwoman, I'm gonna do the oath. We'll do it again, since it's a new case, all right? It appears there's no one online. Are you aware of anyone that would be online for your case? Okay.
Did she read it in?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. All right. All right, let's go ahead and read the case, Ms. Holzer.
No problem. Thanks, everybody. The next case is calendar number 23-164. This is at 9511 Steinway Avenue. Erwin Anaton proposes to erect a 32-foot by 26-foot one-story frame detached reverse gable garage in a G2 multifamily residential district. The owner appeals for relief from the strict application of the Cleveland Codified Ordinances as stated in the agenda and the public record, of which there is one. And with that, I will hand it over to Ms. Brown for the oath.
I am swearing in all who are present for this case. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Please raise your hand, reply, I do, state your name and your address.
I do. My name is Irvin Aniton, ERVINANITON, at 9511 Steinway Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44104.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Otis Doral, and my address is 4892 East 84th Street, Garfield Heights, Ohio.
Thank you, sir.
I do. Councilwoman Deborah Gray, 601 Lakeside Avenue.
I do. Rosalind Parker, 804 London Road, Cleveland, Ohio, 44110.
Thank you. Madam Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Brown.
Madam Chair, we do have two other names online with us. I'm not sure if we should just double check. There's an AJ Aaron.
Yeah, I asked them, are they here?
Yeah. Okay, just wanted, and they didn't raise their hands. Okay. And I don't think they're on the phone. I don't know if they're on the phone. Hold on a second, let me check. No, it looks like they're online, right? I can't tell. All right. Thank you, Madam Chair. Just wanted to be sure. Okay. Ready for the history?
I'm ready for the history.
Okay. Madam Chair, there's been no change in the zoning since 1929. In our Records Administration Office, we found that in 1902, a permit was issued to erect a house. 1914, a permit was was issued to erect a shed. 1972, a permit was issued to erect a chain link fence. And there are no variances on file and nothing of note in the more recent history. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to legal standard now, please.
Madam Chair, members of the board, appellant is requesting an area variance from the garage requirements of the zoning code. To obtain the area variance, appellant must prove that denying the request will create a practical difficulty not generally shared by other land or buildings in the area. I lost it changed.
All right, hang on one second.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Will deprive the appellant of substantial property rights and that granting the variance will not be contrary to the purpose and intent of the zoning code.
All right. Great. Are you going to be the spokesperson, sir? All right. Go ahead and tell us what you'd like to do.
Okay, first I need clarity. The math does not add up for me. It's supposed to be, they have it down here that the lot, the frontage is 42 inch to the city of Cleveland. And so 42 inch.
42 feet.
42 feet.
45.
But as all the records that I have been looking at, they're all 45.
Okay. So we have a discrepancy of 3 feet.
Matter of fact, here's.
Do you have a survey? Did you
Well,
all do
this,
the survey?
I went through the county records.
I know, I'm saying for your bill, sorry, Madam Chair.
No, that's
Did
okay.
you all do a survey for the project or no? You're just using the county
I'm
record?
in the county record.
Okay,
And
thank you.
then here's the record from here. The property that we're looking at. It's right here.
Madam Chair, just to clarify, you're saying the width is 45 and not 42.
Right.
Okay.
Does that matter?
Well, it adds 3 more feet.
3 more feet.
So he's at 16 feet instead of 13 feet, but still needs a 2-foot variance.
Right.
So it's a smaller variance, which is always good.
That is bringing.
It's always a good thing.
Every record shows.
That's good.
So here's the records.
That's fine.
Right. Don't worry.
And I might add, and I don't know because I'm not with the department that wrote this up, but it might have been on the plans that you submitted said 42 and that's what they went off of. I don't know. I don't know how it got listed as that.
We don't need it.
Okay.
Someone may have just simply transposed the number on
Could be,
it.
could be, yeah. And Rick Riccardi's not with us today. Lisa Ray is from Building and Housing, but I don't know that she has a microphone, so.
Okay.
I'll do it.
All right.
And that's gonna need clarity before we do it. Give them time.
Excellent first question.
Yes. And then
All right.
I also have on record statements from people in my neighborhood for permissions.
Brought our sign.
Yeah, the product sign.
Just throw that away.
Madam Chair.
It makes a nice, desktop.
Madam Chair, in response to the statement from the appellant, there is a note on the back, and this is done by our engineering department, that the frontage is 45 and the rear is 42 feet. So does it angle in?
It doesn't, we did a tape measure, we measured it. Lot line to the fence and 45.
Oh, okay.
Well, your drawing does have an angled, your site plan has an angled line. And your site plan actually shows 42 feet at the back and 45 feet at the front.
We were going with the original, what the engineer said.
Right. Ah, okay. Well, I'm just saying, your site plan that you submitted, which is why they put 42 feet on.
No, the original, that is response to that.
Gotcha, okay.
42.
This is what I have. That was from Building and Housing, so I don't know, which version that is. I'm just saying, that's what I have.
So we went by there, when we saw their records, then we were still worried, so we did the research and then we also took the measure and walked it and it's 45.
And it looks, in the area, it looks straight, although I really don't see this as an issue because I was going to recommend approval on
Right,
13 feet anyway.
right.
So I don't mean to jump ahead. But,
No.
But it's okay.
So
Yeah.
it's great if it's smaller, but
I'd rather go with- I'd
it
rather go
wasn't,
with the
it wasn't
2 feet
gonna,
than 5.
Right.
yeah, I was gonna recommend approval anyway.
And it relates to what he pulled from the county record.
Right,
Right, so.
right. I mean, it's great that it's gonna be.
We'll
potentially
take
less
those
of a
as,
variance, but
yeah, we'll take those as official documents.
that's fine.
All right.
Unless the councilwoman has something
Yes.
different.
Well, this is not my expertise. I'm learning and I'm listening. And so, due to what I have already understood about the variance and the width, I see no reason, to deny. I see, I approve it. I move forward to approve, what needs to be done on Mr. Irving's property.
Okay.
What to do.
All right, so we'll note that support, Councilwoman, thank you. This is correspondence that, I don't know if it was, did you email these to
No.
our secretary?
No, I have an email.
Okay, all right.
You can have. Your record.
Looks like they are support letters, just to state for the record. They're support letters. And it looks like we might have 12, is that right? Let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's 11, yeah.
All right.
11 letters of support.
11 letters of support.
Well, my neighbors came up to me and was like, are you kidding? Are they sending us letters with this stuff? Like, yeah. Sign it.
Well, that's good. All right. So, you're proposing to erect a 32-foot by 26-foot, one-story frame detached reverse gable garage. That's pretty straightforward. Just for the record, do you gentlemen have any other statement you'd like to make? No? All right. All right. Maurice, you have already stated city planning support.
Yes.
All right, board, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, I move approval of calendar 23-164 to erect a one-story detached reverse gable garage on the property at 9511 Steinway Avenue.
Could I have a second, please?
Board Member Holzer, I second.
Thank you, Ms. Olson. Roll, please.
Ms. Wilson,
Yes.
Ms. Roca, Ms. Holzer,
Yes.
Brown, Ms. Bates.
Yes.
Calendar number 23-164 is granted. It'll be ratified next Monday. We will send you a letter, but please feel free to contact our office on Wednesday of next week and determine if it's ready to go to the next step. All right?
All right, thank
Thank you.
Thanks for spending the morning with us.
Yes, you're welcome.
Good to see you as always.
Thank you. Good to see you guys soon.
Thank
I had to come down just to go to listen.
Yeah.
Just understand the proper procedure.
It's
Are we gonna
interesting.
see you-
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see you tomorrow at the budget hearing? Are you gonna be there?
That's my own, and that's my.
Yes.
You're like day by day. I get it.
Yeah. So we'll see you there then too.
Oh, yeah.
Present to understand, listen to hear what's going on.
Well, it really, I think it probably helps you to understand, you know, how the whole planning of neighborhoods is done, right? And how houses are planned on and all of that is, you know.
It's a lot, it's a lot, you know, dealing with the different variables of what people want to do, in Ward 4. And it's overwhelming, to be honest with you.
It is.
It is, is that your, it's like it's, yeah, because everything is coming.
When you don't have a now, and the
Doing work for it. Something.
Good luck.
Or recycle.
They have to remember the residents.
Exactly.
Was that your sister that was there?
And that is not being considered.
Right.
And this is the pushback that now. people
Or
come
cousin,
up
do you have a relative that
with.
lives
They
in the
want to
area?
do something.
I have a sister
Because
that
you want to do something, that would mean it's going to
She
take
was
time.
following me in
When
the
you were
car.
putting the sign.
And when I was putting the sign out.
I mean, that's what democracy is all about, right?
Yeah.
And I commend you for getting involved on the level that you are. So it's great.
You know, the system has to benefit and impact the neighborhood and the community. Oh, regardless of bringing in the community, the residents have to be involved.
We should have. We really should have.
Yeah, we should have.
That's it.
Take care.
He's like at the right.
Quality of life is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you don't live in the neighborhood, that's another whole.
Okay, we still have old business.
But we'll see you tomorrow. We need to finish up our business for today. So have a good day. All right, board, we have, that concludes our cases for today, which is.
Hey, right quick before you ever start over again, you need this information, just to, witness right along with the, signatures and all.
Are these the things that were submitted at the table? Do we have copies of these? Oh, okay, great. Yeah, these are the
Right, thank you.
county dimensions
Yeah.
and other documentation. All right, thank you. Yeah, we'll put that in.
Thank you. You as well.
Yeah.
All right, board, going to old business, we have numbers 1 through 8 without objection.
Without objection.
Without objection.
And no other,
No other miscellaneous.
no other miscellaneous.
To report. Nope.
All right. We are adjourned. Thanks to everyone for
Thank you.
bearing with the technical issues.
Hope it's fixed for next meeting. That was rough. And I don't see everybody.